Hi, my name is Dwyer. I'm the Public Educator and Information Coordinator for the Coastal Resources Management Council.
What is the Coastal Resources Management Council and what do they do?
We are a management agency with regulatory functions. We are the primary manager of the state's coastal resources, and we permit certain activities within the Rhode Island coastal zone through policies and permitting.
Why was the Coastal Resources Management Council started?
In 1971, the Rhode Island General Assembly created us with the charge of preserving, protecting, and where possible, developing the coastal resources of the state of Rhode Island for this and future generations. So that was in recognition, of the importance of the state's coastal resources and what they provide to the social and economic value of the state and the welfare of the state. And so they charged us with protecting and balancing that.
Can you tell me about the history of the town's plan to build a seawall in Matunuck?
Well, the town of South Kingstown, and I'm sure they would tell you this, they've been struggling with erosion for a couple of decades. It has steadily gotten worse as sea level rise and climate change have accelerated, and also there are more people down here. They had come to us with the idea of building some sort of shoreline protection. It is prohibited in our program, our coastal program, in that area. So we had a number of meetings and work sessions with the town council, other folks to try and determine a solution. Eventually, we came up with a kind of a report of information on potential solutions, management of that area, and although a seawall or a shoreline protection structure is prohibited in that area, we were willing to work with the town to come up with a solution. So right now they have a permit for a 200-foot section of seawall that will protect Matunuck Beach Road in one area, and we are going to be working with them on future long-term management and solutions.
What types of changes should Rhode Islanders make to their coastal plan to make better decisions?
That's a very good question. That's something we try to address in our coastal program. As Rhode Islanders, we have to be willing to balance the protection of our natural resources with intelligent and sustainable development. And that's what CRMC tries to do through its program. Sometimes in order to make better decisions, we have to be willing to ask the difficult questions.
How have you seen Rhode Island's coastline change over the years?
Well, not me particularly, because but in general, we've seen intensification of use of the coastal resources, of the coastal areas. Simply put, there are more people coming down here, coming to live here. What used to be summertime beach communities are becoming year-round neighborhoods and residences. So there is no shortage of people's interest in using the coast and enjoying it. So we've had to face that fact.
Is it wise for people to continue to build properties along the coast?
It's not an easy question to answer. Unfortunately, we have to balance. Our main goal is balance. We need to balance the protection of coastal resources with the rights of property owners and the multiple users of our coast. We have tourism industry, we have businesses, we have private property. We have recreational use. We have so many different uses of our coastal resources. We have to balance all of that at CRMC. So, in this role, and especially post Sandy, we've tried to encourage property owners to make intelligent decisions. Some have chosen to withdraw. For example, some of the owners of the Browning cottages have decided that they are going to remove the homes because they were, damaged beyond repair during the storm. Others, other property owners have had the ability to elevate their homes and move back, so they've bought themselves more time. Others, like Roy Carpenter's, they had contingency plan in place, which is great. They're moving cottages back so they're not in harm's way. But it's a very personal thing to anyone who lives on the coast. So for us to have to say to them, someday you won't be able to rebuild, it's a really difficult thing to do. So we're trying to plan for that. We're trying to come up with solutions and management that will make sense to people hopefully in the future. And one of those things is our shoreline change special area management plan. It is a management plan for specific areas of Rhode Island, and we've started it, and we're focusing right now on the South Shore, so including the Matunuck area. We're looking at erosion, what the issues are particular to that area, how to plan for the future, come up with policies and management that will help people and really help us make the best decisions. But this management plan that we're working on is going to be looking at how the shoreline has changed over our history, as long as we've been looking at it, and what that means for our future, and what that means for people who own properties and have businesses on the coast, and also how this affects Rhode Island at large.